So today I'm going to share with you some basic retouching on some portrait work that isn't going to be over the top. It's going to involve both Lightroom and Photoshop, but ultimately we're looking for some realism here. We're not going for a plasticine look, that sort of thing, but we do want the subject to look their best and help them out with something that they mentioned during the shooting process. So I've got some photos here that are a part of a shoot that I did earlier today and yesterday, and I've done some basic work on it, sort of got my exposure where I want it, that sort of thing, and now I'm going to bring it into Photoshop. So I right click on that, edit in Photoshop, and I've already loaded it in just so we don't have to wait for it. So here it is, and I've duplicated the background layer, and now what I want to do is just sort of smooth things out. And obviously, you know, her skin is great and we don't have any big issues here or anything like that, but while I was photographing, she saw the back of the camera at one point. I was showing her what she was looking like, and she mentioned how these lines really bug her. You know, she realizes that it's reality and that they're there, but she's just not a huge fan of those. So what I'm going to show you today is how to sort of knock those down without going over the top. First, I'm just going to start off with some basic blemish removal. So up here we're going to select the spot healing tool. I'm just going to go around and pick out any little spots that might just want to get fixed. So we can see, maybe we'll zoom in here a little bit more. And just remove some of those fine lines. What I'm not going to do though is use that process for the for sort of the laugh lines there. I'm going to do something else using the patch tool, and we're just going to be able to fade it in and have some control over things as well. So let's go down here. We'll just knock these out real quick. Typically I'd take a bit more time and be a little bit more careful when it comes to this sort of thing, but ultimately for today we're just trying to go fast. Keep this short and sweet. So there we go, we got the basic sort of blemishes taken care of and that sort of thing. And now what I'm going to do is click on here, hover over this again, go to patch tool. So we'll zoom in, and I'm just going to trace as close as you can, I suppose, but nothing too crazy. Trace around these lines. And I'm just going to feather that as well. So I'll go selection, modify, feather, and 4 pixels is probably pretty good here. It depends on the resolution of your camera and that sort of thing. But we've got that. Now what we're going to do is click and drag this, and you can see it patches. So I'm just going to take a section where those lines really aren't present and drop it on there and see how this looks. And what this is going to do is a sort of a content aware patch. And you can see exactly what it's done there. It's gone over and it's removed those lines. But to me, this effect is a little bit too strong still. It might just look sort of fake, a little bit like there's something absent. So what you can do is go up in here to edit, fade patch selection. And from there we can change the opacity. So this will give us a before and after. So that's what we see it looked like before. And then I can just play with bumping that up. I probably won't need 100% opacity, so that they're just a hint of them there, but ultimately they are gone as well. Right, there's 100%, and looks like I can get away with probably 86% on this one. So I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to select, deselect, and there you go, you have it. So if we go to before and after, can see just exactly how that worked. Another great place this also works, sort of under eyes. So again, we're going to take a sort of a rough selection here. Select, modify, feather. Okay, we're going to click and drag that down. You want to keep it in similar sort of tones and shades. So I like to just sort of stay as close as I can to the other area. There you go. Again, edit, fade, patch selection. I'm just going to back that down. You can see again what it's like without it there at all. And I think that this really produces a far more believable look, and it's not as dramatic. Things aren't just going to get sort of crazy. So Oh, I actually forgot to modify that one. And the feather, you don't have to necessarily do it. It's just good to have it. There you go. Edit, fade, patch, selection. You'll notice I'm doing it on different values each and every time. So there we have it. So if we back on out, have a look at that. We'll click on our before and after. There you go. Still believable, nothing fake about it, and really just help clean up that skin and keep it looking realistic, but also flatter her and help her out with sort of the things that she wasn't super friendly about with her own face. So anyway, I hope that helped out somebody today. Just a quick one today, and please comment, subscribe, and join up. I'd love to hear some feedback and see what other people would like to know about, and I will do my best to help you out. All right, have a good one.